Hi guys, this is Ali. I'm here in Southern California, and what I'd like to do today is talk to you a little bit about the USMLE Step 2 CK exam. Now, this is a little bit of a different exam compared to the USMLE Step 1 exam. The USMLE Step 1 really focused on the basic sciences and really identifying the important things and the nuances within specific diseases and syndromes. The Step 2 CK really tries to focus on taking the basic sciences and put them into a clinical perspective. So what you're really going to want to do as you're going throughout your third year after you've done your basic sciences is really focus on getting that clinical perspective. And what I mean by that is taking your books, for example, the USMLE Step 2 CK, what I really recommend throughout your third year is really to do well on this book right here. Take this Step Up to Medicine book very seriously because it has a lot of critical knowledge for you with regard to different diseases, best initial tests, best diagnostics, the gold standards for examinations, what lab values you're going to want to look for, what, let's say, for example, you have a pulmonary embolism, what criteria you're going to use, the Wells criteria, for example, SAG scores, all those different things that you're going to really need to know, not only for your clinical practice, but also to do well on this examination. You're going to need to know them, and that information a lot of the time is going to be in this book and other resources throughout your clinical experience in your third year. So what I recommend throughout your third year, really highlight these points. This is going to have quick hits that on the sides, which are really fun facts, really high yield facts for you to identify throughout your third year leading up to this Step 2 CK exam. And what book did I use also as an ad hoc to this was the Master the Boards for the USMLE Step 2 CK exam. Now this book is the Step 3 book. I don't have the Master the Boards book. I gave it to a friend, but it's the same type of book. Okay, it's the Master the Boards for the Step 2 CK. All right, and that book really helps you identify and put things into perspective with regards to the Step 2 CK. And again, it's going to highlight all those critical lab values, those best initial tests, the next best step, which is going to be significant for your Step 2 CK. A lot of the questions are going to be, what is the next best step in management for this patient? It's also going to be it's going to rely on your knowledge of different criteria, such as the ones that I mentioned before. And those are really important facts for you to know for this examination. So those are the two book resources that I recommend. I did use initially the Step Up to USMLE Step 2 CK book, which is it's made by this company, the Step Up company, and it says Step Up to USMLE Step 2 CK. I didn't really like that book very much. I kind of changed books midway through third year, and I stuck with the Master the Boards edition instead. And I recommend that for you as well. Personally, in my opinion, it's better written, and it highlights those diagnostic tests and the things that you really need to identify for the examination as well. And so moving on to the question bank. The question bank is similar to the question bank that I used for the USMLE Step 1, and that is UWorld. UWorld is a great resource, and this resource is going to be very, very, very important for you leading up to the USMLE Step 2 CK examination. What I mean by that is what you need to do is put things, space things out as well as you can throughout your third year. Start early, focus on this exam early, and you're going to do well. It's going to pay off in the end. So get these book resources, write your mnemonics, write everything that you need to know that are going to help identify things on a question, and also identify things clinically speaking in general. Write them down, keep mental notes of them throughout your third year. And throughout your third year, you're really going to want to do those UWorld questions as well. Start early and start strong. Okay, you're going to want to space them out as much as possible. There's a lot of questions, and there's a lot of details in the explanations. And add those details into your books so they're easy to look at later on. and do this throughout your third year. So when it comes time to the month before your examination, you're going to be able to quickly sift through this book. You're going to be able to quickly sift through those questions as you're going to retake those questions again. The people that I spoke to and the people that have done very well on the examination have gone through these resources more than one time. And that's what I recommend. I recommend that you read through the book more than one time, read through the questions more than one time, going through UWorld more than one time. Doing this, I believe you're going to space it out in such a way that's going to be very successful leading up to the exam, and you're not going to have as much stress and anxiety, which is bound to happen when you are about to take the examination. So what did I do in terms of scheduling? Scheduling the weeks leading up to the exam, how I would schedule my day was basically this, and take it with a grain of salt. This worked for me. This might not work for you. You know yourself better than anybody else, so do it as well as you think that it would work for you. So basically, I would start off my day, wake up early, have my breakfast, do my jumping jacks, do my push-ups, and go straight to questions. Why? Because that triggers a pattern of thought as I wake up each morning, that this is the norm for me. This is the norm for me, and this is gonna be the norm on the day of the examination. So that pattern of thought of waking up, doing your eating, doing push-ups, and then going straight to questions, which is gonna be the same as your exam date. This is the type of pattern response that you're gonna want, so that it's a normal day come the day of the examination. You're gonna want to minimize that anxiety and stress on the day of the examination. So I would do that, wake up, do questions, do as many as I could up to lunchtime, identify some of the things that I need to review in the book, the Master of the Boards book, and do that for, it ranges between, 1 hour to a couple hours to many more hours, and then go straight to questions again. And that's really all it was. It was just doing as much questions and as much of the book material as I needed, and to try to get that test taking strategy down as well as I could. So, and that's another point. Test taking strategy is key. You're going to want to identify the questions that are going to be wrong in the answer choices, and you're going to want to be able to minimize the amount of error that you're going to have, even if you're not really too sure about a question. So that's basically it. So basically, do your Master of the Boards, do it throughout third year, annotate it with all the questions from UWorld that you've been reading throughout the year as well, and then the month leading up to the exam, redoing as many questions as you can, redoing as much of the book as you can, and you're going to do well. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you. Take care.